Hi, Mr. Shivaram was from a poor family and he was 28 years old. He was working in a private company earning very less to meet his ends. He got recently married then. He got a very beautiful wife and a wonderful person as a human being. And after 2 years of marriage, he got a very good news from his wife that soon they are going to be parents. Shivaram was very much delighted and happy. But Shivaram always wanted a son. Shivaram felt that a daughter is a responsibility and son is an asset. This was a false myth he was having in his mind. He was so confident that he is going to get a son for sure. He already started buying toys for his son and was making a little room in the house ready for his son. He started throwing parties to his relatives and his friends. He took the best care of his wife. He started to give her the best diet and took care of her medication every hour. As the days passed, he was very excited and bit tensed as well. So he was spending much of his time in the temples praying for all the possible gods to give him a son. Even in the office also he was sharing with his colleagues that he is soon getting the king of his life. Months were passing. Finally the day has come. He has admitted his wife in the hospital and he was very much tense in the hospital. He was moving round and round the hospital with the photograph of God in his hands praying to God that he must get a son. So the relatives and friends were also present there and they were more excited looking at Shivaram, but they could not control his emotions. So Shivaram closed the eyes, sat down there and was continuously praying to God. After that he heard the first cry of the baby, by which he opened his eyes and looked at his friends very excitedly. Nurse opened the door and said to Shivaram, "Congratulations, it's a baby girl." Shivaram was very much shocked. He did not have a drop of blood in his face. Everybody around there, his relatives and friends were also shocked. Not that it's a baby girl, but they don't know how to convince Shivaram on this. After 1 hour, Shivaram came out of the room. He was coming very close to his friends with shivering hands and pondering teeth, with tears in his eyes. His friends did not know how to convince Shivaram, saying that, "Buddy, it's okay. Daughter is also the best one to have." But Shivaram's reply really surprised them. "No, yaar, I'm not worried at all. You know what happened to me in the operation theatre? When I went into the theatre, the nurse placed my baby into my arms. When she was placed into my arms, my little one stopped crying. She opened her little eyes and started looking at me as if she was saying, 'Dad, I am here for you.' I was in a false impression all these days. When she caught hold of my finger and was dragging my hand towards her, that's where I fell in love with my princess. I just caught hold of her little leg and apologized for my daughter." Shivaram was excited and delighted and started distributing sweets to all the people in the hospital, and he named his princess as Siri. Shivaram started to become the best version of himself. He was coming early from the office and spending lot of time with her. Even Siri was also much excited when her father took her into her arms. Every time she looked at her father, she had a special delight in her face and she was every day falling in love with her father, and every day was so special for Shivaram. Meanwhile, the daughter and the dad combination turned out to be so terrific. Nobody could control them. Everybody around were jealous of this daughter and dad combination, especially Siri's mother. She was very much jealous. Siri was something when she was with her mother, but she was very happy when she went to her father. She had a delight in her face. Every day seemed so special for Shivaram. Every day Shivaram has to get up early in the morning and look at Siri's face, and every night Siri has to listen stories from her father and had to sleep in his arms. Siri was growing. Shivaram wanted to give the best education and the best facilities and give her a great career in her life. He knew that Siri was a very smart girl and intelligent girl. He was waiting for Siri to come to him and say her goal, and that day has finally come. Siri came to her father and told, "Dad, I want to become a doctor." By hearing this, Shivaram was much excited and delighted. He was happy from heaven to earth. But somewhere in the corner of his heart, he had a doubt whether that would be affordable for him. From then on, Shivaram changed his lifestyle. He started working extra hours in his office and he was also working part-time. He was even working on Sundays and was so busy earning. He used to come somewhere in the morning and look at Siri, and he used to come somewhere in the night and used to kiss her and go to his bed. Siri also was working hard towards her examinations. She gave her best, but she could not do it in the first attempt. So she felt very sad, went to her father. But Siri's father was confident enough and told, "Beta, let's go for another attempt." So she started and took it serious to prepare for the examinations. But Shivaram was little bit worried because he was already drowning in his financials. The fee of the course and the books and all the facilities are really costing him a lot, but he did not want to give up on the goal of his dear one. Siri also took it very serious this time. She prepared a timetable for 15 hours and left no stone unturned. She was so busy herself in preparation and was giving everything that she could do. And this time it was also a bad news again. Siri was short of 5 marks for the qualification. Siri was very sad and could not control her emotions. She went to Papa and told that I am very sorry Papa. I can see all the difficulties you are going through. I think I am a very big failure. I can't become a doctor and fulfill my dream. Please excuse me for this and I want to give up from here. But Shivaram was very confident about his daughter. He took her out and started motivating. Beta, we are just 5 marks. That means we are already near. But even though Siri was not convinced, so this time he came close to Siri, took her hands into arms and told, Beta, if you don't become a doctor, who is going to take care of me in my future? You are the best one who can take the best care of me. So let's give it hard this time. Siri was now convinced and she decided to work even better for the coming examinations. She took it even very seriously and this time the 15-hour timetable was replaced by 18 hours timetable. She was not knowing the difference between day and night and she was giving her best throughout the day. When her father came in the morning and started looking at her, she felt it was the day, and when the father was kissing her, she felt it was the night. This was only the hint, and that serious Siri was preparing for the examinations. And the result was also as well. You know what? She turned out to be the state topper and she was very much excited to see her father. Now nobody could stop the daughter and the father combo again. They were shouting, they were yelling, they were making hell of noise, and everybody around were very much happy to see this combo. They knew that both of them really worked very hard to make it to the state topper. Even the people from around the houses started coming and congratulating, and the media also came to their house interviewing Siri. This turned a really miracle for the both daughter and father. They were really excited about all the things which were happening around them. So Shivaram was facing the best phase of his life. Siri was pursuing her medicine, and every day she used to come to the house, take a stethoscope and used to test the heartbeat of father and dress him like a doctor. They were having the real fun. So years were passing, Siri was pursuing her medicine and she completed her medicine successfully. But to the surprise of Shivaram and his wife, it's time for Siri's marriage. These parents were really shocked that the time has gone within an eye blink. They were really surprised and shocked to see Siri that she was getting ready for her marriage. So they accepted it and were searching for the right match for Siri, and they found a wonderful person and it was time for her marriage. Everybody was happy and they were very much delighted to participate in the marriage of Siri, and everybody were enjoying every moment except two people in the marriage. One was Siri and the other was her father. They know that they are going to be separated very soon. Siri was not able to control her emotions and tears coming through her eyes, but she had to. And the other point, even Shivaram was also not excited, but somewhere he was feeling that Siri is going to be separated from him. Siri was looking at her father very emotionally, and her father was also standing there with bittersweet tears in his eyes. You cannot change the facts of life. So he was getting ready to give a farewell to Siri. So he accepted that and he was getting ready to bid a farewell to Siri. This time it was very much near for Siri to leave him, and everybody was catching Siri and was crying, but it was very difficult for them to control the emotions of the father and daughter. Siri was crying bitterly catching father, but Shivaram was even more turned himself to a child and was crying bitterly catching hold of Siri. So finally it was time for Siri to leave her father. Everybody started bidding farewell to Siri, so also Shivaram did. So Siri was slowly moving into the car to her destination. Everybody stood there for some time and they left the place, but there was one person who was standing still and or looking on the road where Siri left him, and it was her father, Shivaram. He was standing there still for an hour and was thinking all the best faces that Siri has given him. The way she was born, the way she was brought up, the way she changed the life of Shivaram, everything went into a flash in Shivaram's mind and he was crying to bits. And that day was the great day in his life. He was so sad and was returning to his room, but to everybody's shock, Shivaram fell down then and there. So all the people around ran to Shivaram and took into their arms and started thinking that he just fell down because of some shock or something, but he was not getting up. So bit worried, they have taken him to the hospital. But the real shock came to all the people when the doctor came and told that Shivaram was diagnosed with cancer. And the doctor told that he was diagnosed with cancer for the past 10 years, but he did not reveal this to anybody, and now he is in the advanced stage. the chances are 50-50. When his wife heard this news, she was bitterly emotional and was a bit angry with Shivaram why he was neglecting his health. But don't you know, this is a story of every father. He doesn't care about him, but he cares a lot for the family and the daughter. Somewhere in the corner of the heart, Shivaram had a hope that his princess is going to come and save him back. This looks very simple and casual, right? Not only this, many of the important things in life become so simple for us because they are very simple and too much available for us. So is a father. The most misunderstood person, the most lightly taken, and the one who is seen only as the source of income. But do you know what all the father goes through in bringing up the children? When the daughter is born, he really feels he is a complete person. He is the first one who teaches her everything in the family. Her first step will be on his heart. He teaches her to walk. He teaches her to smile. He introduces her to love. And father is the first love and the first teacher, first guide, and first emotion for every daughter in the family. Daughter's education is father's sweat, and daughter's wisdom is father's blood. Today, if the daughter is experiencing the fruit of success, somewhere her father must be tasting the bitterness of difficulties and problems in his life. Today, if many hands are clapping for the daughter, someday in the past or somewhere in the past, many fingers would have pointed at her father and would have taken it very lightly. Today, if the daughter is running very hard for her goal, somewhere the father might have been swallowing medicines and was with an oxygen cylinder in the hospital. Every father sees his mother in the daughter, and every daughter feels her mother looking at the father. Making every daughter from a child to a dream, every father turns himself to a memory from reality. Daughter and father is the first pair of love. Daughter and father is the last sign of life. Even after all this, if you go to a father and congratulate him that he is so great, no father accepts this. He says that no, I am not great, it's my daughter who made me great. So every father shapes his daughter and every daughter makes her father. So every daughter is a dream and every father is the true celebration of that dream.